where they welded the window with a piece of steel, you know.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, but you know, the first parts which had been done. No, they had cut in the window hole. You know? But there is also one at least where we find the original window. And
what was the idea of the Gulf breaker?
To get the guy when he was in the conning tower,
yeah,
a little bit dry.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, also the spray protection. Yeah, that was the same purpose. And at the beginning, you had right here, you had a square-shaped hole about that size, and that caused that the wind, the swimmer wind, reacted more rapidly to the water inside, the water rising inside the conning tower casing. But that was not good, because so the vent would shut more frequently,
right,
and so the crew would suffer from low pressure. Yeah. And so
what was the? How long would most vehicles are built for a specific lifespan? How long would they?
Yeah, that's difficult. That's difficult to tell. So the designer has told me that he thought that would be good for at least 3 or 4 sorties, and then it was considered to be worn up.
Okay.
Yeah, but in practice, the French, they had 4 seehunde in 1945. They got them from Dunkirk. The last ones to come to Dunkirk had to stay there because there was no possibility to get home, and they got orders to stay there. And so yeah, they so if you would drive it, let's say with 100 horsepower or even more than that, then you could be facing that the boat beyond 10 knots would cut under.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There was, you know, I'm frequently asked about who does it come that the face of design is so short. And there's a very simple solution for it. So the designers were ordered to avoid to construct new parts.
Right. Okay. Use
so you had to
available.
take what was on the shelf, and that was a little bit difficult, but it was overcome, this problem. So you had electric motors, which the electric motor is as a spare part a motor of a pump on a Type 7.
Okay.
So now the Bussing diesel was mass produced for trucks and for small boats, and were available. The designer wanted to have a Mercedes-Benz diesel, he wouldn't get. They were used for other things.
It's strange because I'm involved in building satellites, spacecraft.
Yeah.
And we use, rather than using space qualified components, we use commercial off-the-shelf components,
yes,
which allow us to buy things quicker and use them in space faster. So it's a similar kind of idea.
Yeah. But here it was vital. You have the seehund within at least 3 months, or you don't.
Yeah. Otherwise, it won't be any use.
And the war could have been over.
Yeah, yeah.
So, although the design was ready, the building was slowed down to the effect of all the bombardments of the Allies over German industry cities.
So would the boats have gone out from the same places as the larger submarines, or
no?
were they
They had only
designed to go?
They had only one action station, and that was the port of IJmuiden in the Netherlands.
Okay.
Nothing else. So that's the only one. We basically have 2 seehund units. Yeah, even 3. You could call it 3. So the one being the training unit, which was situated at Neustadt in Holstein, which was a very practical place because there was a so-called U-boat Lehrgruppe.
Where is Holstein?
Neustadt.
Neustadt.
Neustadt in Holstein. This is between Lübeck and Kiel.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah.
It's in the Lübeck Bay.
Right, okay.
Yeah, north end.
Was that why Lübeck was bombed, or?
No, because they had a submarine school there,
Oh, right, okay.
and so they were attached to it. The submariners didn't like that, but they had to cope with it. Okay, so they're all it was a school unit for seehund people. So that was the first one. That was K-Flottille, Lehrkommando 300, and so all further flotillas had been numbered, beginning with 300, which is the training unit, and 311 is the seehund flotilla, and no, 311 is the Hecht flotilla. This is this electric driven boat, which was not any front action. So it was first in the first place used for training purposes, and later sent as a flotilla to Denmark, but never got active. So, and the second flotilla is the seehund flotilla, which was called K Flotilla 312, and this flotilla was almost around Christmas 1944 transferred to IJmuiden, Netherlands. That's the end of the North Sea Canal. And at the same time was another unit set up in Wilhelmshaven, and the purpose of that unit was technical. So they received all the boats coming from the industry, and put them into action.
So how long would it take to build one boat?
This is one thing we don't really know, but you know, it was highly automized. So we had a like an auto fabric, an auto.
So like a production line.
Production line.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And you see that? Oh, where do we have the book?
All right.
It was in Kiel. So I have to find out where it is. That's IJmuiden. That's Wilhelmshaven. If we just switch back to the unit preparing seehunde for action. They were stationed here and on the other side, in the Tirpitz.
Right. Yeah.
So Now that's personnel of the Hecht flotilla in Denmark. They have 90 degrees. Therefore, because this is coming down within the boat.
Yeah.
On port side.
Okay.
Yeah, and the ball is always behind.
Yes. Otherwise, it'll try and twist
Yes,
it.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the truck where they
Yeah, the D's name.
from.
Yeah.
Did you say that we're taken over by man diesels now?
No, yeah, the company of Bissing
Mm-hmm.
was closed somewhere in the late 60s, I think.
Right.
And it was taken over by MAN.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is, yeah, here we have the shelter with the production line.
Mm.
So you have the different parts stored here, different sections, which had been completed in other places.
So prefabricated.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
prefabricated.
Yeah.
And what you see here is what you got here at the at the wreckage.
Yep.
Yeah. Still without the higher hatch
Right.
tube. So you see here almost the ready boat, ready to go. Yeah.
So what's the bulge on this side?
Yeah, that's additional of that one
Mhm.
here.
Right.
That's what we think it is then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see here? Yeah,
Yeah.
this is only for streamlining it.
Ah,
you see?
yeah. So if that's
And
gone,
you know, there, that's one stage.
but it's very small. I mean, we measured that.
Now, both tanks on either side together were 500 liters.
No, you wouldn't have got 500 litres in that.
No.
Yes.
That's 25 litre tank.
You had no. If you say
Unless they were partitioned to stop slosh or something.
yes, that is
And
that is
That
yeah,
hole
yeah,
would then
yeah, yeah.
explain.
So,
perhaps.
but the volume is almost 250 liter each, so makes 500 liter on both sides together.
Mhm.
And what that was necessary. So the range of the boat without these tanks was about 270 nautical miles, and with the tanks, in addition, they would be able to go for 500 nautical miles.
And how many of these were produced?
I don't know. We don't know precisely. It's so many question marks in all this. We know how it worked, but we don't know the precise numbers.
Right.
You know. But I think from begin March till the end, I think most of them were built with these tanks.
But are we talking tens of boats or hundreds or?
Yes, I think a couple of dozen.
Right. Okay.
Yes. So they were totally built 285. So if you say that at any time in IJmuiden would be between 30 and 40 boats, in the delivering unit in Wilhelmshaven, let's say another 40 boats or 30. And in the training unit they had for sure more than 30 boats. So, and then you have to think about between 50 and 100 boats being ready to be transported from Danzig to the west. So, and what you see here.
How many did the Russians capture in Danzig? Was it 150? They said they captured 10.
No, they told us, and that it was 3.
All right.
Okay, I happen to know an old shipbuilder, which was with Schischau in Danzig at the time, and he was one of the engineers preparing work to build submarines. And he said, when we left and that was around 15 March or even some later. We left more than 50 brand new seehund on the pier, and they weren't destroyed. Nothing was done in that direction. And yeah, and the Russians say we found 3 of them. But yeah, apart from the Russian attitudes to